Alright then, let's do a little exploration. I am in the middle of nowhere, below the galaxy, in my beautiful Diamondback Explorer. It's this ship here. It is the cheapest one of the exploration ships, as far as I know. And you can get a decent one for about maybe 15 million, including the fit. It looks very pretty and it's very useful. It does the job pretty well. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright now. So this is my layout. You can see my layout here. I've chosen to keep the lightweight alloy, of course, a 3D power plant that is downsized from a class 4 power plant, but it's sufficient energy to sustain all the important modules you need for exploring. Then 4D thrusters, and the most important tool for this job, of course, is the frame shift drive. So that's the biggest one you can get, is the 5A for the Diamondback Explorer. Mine is engineered at level 5. I highly recommend you to do that, actually, because it really adds to the jump range. All the other core internal modules are D rated because it has the least mass, which means it has the least drawback on your jump range. We do not need any utility mounts, and we do not need any weapons. We do not intend to fight. So yeah, that would just add to the mass. So, and a power draw, of course, so leave those slots empty, all of them. In the optional internal ones, you want the biggest fuel scoop you can get, and the best one too. You could settle for a D-rated fuel scoop, but the drawbacks in times it scoops much less than the 4A, so I don't think it's worth it, because you will be scooping a lot when you're doing those big long jumps. And I've chosen to take a 4G planetary vehicle hangar that carries 2 scarabs, just in case one goes, well, missing while on an expedition. There are some beautiful planets there where you can land. I highly recommend you do that. That is something else to do except for just scanning all the planets. Just drive around a little, see the sights. Maybe you find a beautiful one, take some screenshots or a video. Then a 3D shield generator, that will suffice. Trust me, you want a shield generator, because when you actually try to park your ship, which isn't that hard, because it's the Diamondback Explorer is a small ship, so it can park, well, not anywhere, but close to anywhere. You might smash into something, and then you will be glad to have shields. One time I survived with 1% hull, and I had still like 2,000 light years to go home. I made the trip, fortunately, but I would never ever go on a longer expedition without shields anymore, because it happens so fast. And when your ship actually explodes, then all your exploration data is lost. All of it. That can be days, weeks, or months of work. So take a shield generator, my advice. I took the automated field maintenance units, 2 of them, because if one is damaged, the other one can repair it. You can go for A-rated. It does not add to the mass of the ship, as far as I can tell. And a very important module is that detailed surface scanner. I explained in another video how that one works, along with the full spectrum scanner. I'm going to link it on a screen somewhere here. And yes, I have a Super Cruise Assist and an advanced docking computer on there. It does not add to the mass of the ship. Those optional internal slots are spare. Go for it, especially the Super Cruise Assist, because you want to go to that Earth-like world and use the detailed surface scanner on it, or maybe an ammonia world or a water-like world, a water world. And the Super Cruise Assist, when you select one planet, you just it just orbits it, you know. You just center it on screen, and it goes there and orbits it, and you can unleash the probes of the detailed surface scanner. Very, very comfortable. It's really awesome. You can check it out on the other video I mentioned. All right, now that is my suggestion for the Diamondback Explorer. With that configuration, you need to put the planetary vehicle hangar and the 2 automated field maintenance units on priority 2, or the 3D power plant will not sustain all the energy it drains. But that's fine, because those 3 modules are usually not in use when you explore. And this is how the ship looks when you look it up in your in-game screen. It has, well, as you can see, a minimum jump range of 55.5 light years, fully engineered though. Only the FSD is engineered. You could push that higher when you want to engineer like your life support or some other module that has lesser mass then. And as you can see, when you don't have any hardpoints to deploy, so at current the usage is 13.64 megawatts, which is exactly what it uses when you put those 3 other modules on priority 2 that you don't need while you are in space. And if you actually land and need to use the vehicle hangar, as soon as you've landed, you can deactivate whatever the fuel scoop or your shield generator. Just make sure you activate it again before you actually take off. All right then. So that's all for the theory, and now let's go and check out how would we actually go on to explore. So you got your ship, you got comfortable using it, know the basics of flying around and all that stuff, and you are in need of some credits or just curious of what's out there. So let's just, when you're undocked and in space, go to your panel and open this galaxy map. And okay, right now I'm far out, and this is the system I've chosen to visit now. So, or my next stop on the tour, it should be right under Sagittarius A. That means it is the lowest point in the middle of the galaxy that I can reach. This is my next waypoint. You can set your waypoint anywhere you want. You can set it next to the bubble or somewhere in completely over there, wherever. Just keep in mind, when you plot the route, you can go for a maximum of 20,000 light years. That means you cannot plot from, for example, Colonia to Beagle Point. That wouldn't work, because that's more than 40 or 60. I actually don't know. A lot of light years. So yeah, just go into the general direction of where you want to go and set a waypoint about 10, 15, maybe close to 20k. And as soon as you've reached this place, you can set the next waypoint, and that's how you go from system to system towards, step by step, towards your target, to your location where you want to be. So my plan is to go to the lowest point here in the middle of the galaxy and cross right up to the highest point to take some screenshots on the way, and of course visit Sagittarius A for a second time. I did that 4 years ago, Or was it 2 years ago? I'm not quite sure. I want to see it again. Why not? What else? Okay. Another very important thing is you cannot scoop any star. So let's visit this tab here, and you go from the realistic view to the map view. And if you select only these O, B, A, F, G, K, and M type stars, then all the stars displayed on your map will be scoopable stars. And you can never ever get lost. If you click this last one here, it says apply filter to route. If you have selected this and only these, then every single stop will be in a system with a scoopable star. It may be a little farther out than the biggest mass in that system where you enter the system, but there will be a scoopable star, and I highly recommend to scoop at least most of your fuel on every step, because you never know what happens in the next system. Better safe than sorry. For a bonus, I've also selected the non-sequence stars, which means those are basically black holes or neutron stars. Those are very interesting objects. They are beautiful to look at. Not entirely safe, so keep your distance if you find one or two of these. And they give a lot of money for you. You get lots of credits for handing in the exploration data. Definitely more credits than any of the scoopable ones. So if you're feeling adventurous, by all means activate all those stars, carbon stars, white dwarfs, wolf rayet stars, any. They are less common and therefore more valuable when you hand in the exploration data. But if you take a look at your fuel, which you can see here on the right hand side, it says fuel. If that is less than 50% or close to 50%, look at your map. Where is the next scoopable star? Go there and refill. Especially if you are way out in the void or somewhere where those scoopable stars may be scarce, because you do not want to get stranded. It can take days until someone is in the area to rescue you. Alright then, enough of that. Let's... Gee, that was 15 minutes of yabbing. Alright, let's do some actual exploration. First of all, we enter the super cruise.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, you can log off in space anywhere. It's totally fine. I would recommend just to go a little off the suns or whatever, but generally you will be safe by logging off. And when you re-enter, all you have to do is just open your galaxy map so it plots the course again. You do not have to select the same system again. Right, let's jump into the next system then. We are in Odin's Hold. That is the area. That's what the area is called here. I like that name a lot. Alright. So, scoopable star, of course. I'm activating the D-scanner and scooping some fuel at a safe distance. And it says we got 9 bodies here. So open the full spectrum scanner. The default key is a B for beta. And you can see here, that one, yeah, there's one. I click it, there's 2 actually. If you want to know how exactly this particular thing of exploring works, I have that other video I linked before on the screen. So just go there and quickly discover everything. I do recommend you use the mouse if you're on PC.
Fuel scooping complete.
There we go. We're all fueled up.
System scan complete.
Yeah. So just for shows, this is a high metal content work. Let's see how far is it away. It's not that far away, so let's just a small demonstration. I just align to the object, and then I select it and say Super Cruise Assist and Orbit. And now I just lean back and go watch a video, play air guitar to the music, whatever. Maybe read a book or comics. Just takes a small amount of time to reach it, because that's just 300 light seconds away. But there are some objects you want to scan with your detailed surface scanner, that is, and those are like 30, 40, 50 or even 100k off, and that might take like 5 minutes, maybe 10 if you're unlucky. It's usually worth the credits, so you can always check the I show that later. So now we are approaching this high metal content world, and the Super Cruise. I'm not touching the controls at all. Everything is in neutral, one would say. And it will now start to orbit around this planet, which makes it very easy to use the detailed surface scanner. That's why I love the Super Cruise Assist. It's not expensive. It does not add to the math of the ship, so no impact on the jump range. And yeah, so here's my fire groups. I have the discovery scanner on primary and the detailed surface scanner on secondary. Nothing else is needed to explore, so I'm going to press the secondary to switch modes. And I use the mouse for this, and I fire the probe. The probe will impact, and it'll start to scan the area, the surface, like this. So, and I do this until all the surface is scanned, and you have an efficiency target of 6 probes, and I already used 1. And I think you get more money when handing in the data if you use 6 or less probes to scan the entire planet, but that is optional. You still get paid, and your name is written on the map if you're the first one to map it. And there's another key. If you press and hold it, you see the back side of the planet, which area is already scanned. This area is already scanned, so that is the back side of the planet. So this is the front, of course. Now it's the front. I'm going to one more thing I've figured out is when you move away, you see this little white line. You see it? Yeah, it moves towards the planet. When this is in the middle and you fire your probe, then it will impact right at the horizon of the planet where it is, where you can see it at that time. And so basically the distance from here to here is the impact from there to there, yeah, of course, and everything which is farther away from the planet will impact on the back side of the planet. So for example, if I fire it right here, it will impact where the horizon is on the time I fired the probe. That is important. And so I can fire the probe on the back side if I just fire it like here. It would probably go almost around the planet there, but not too far, because it says miss, so this probe would be wasted then. Right then, let's see. Oh, we come full circle. Okay, let's fire one here on the horizon and one here, and see where it takes us. Yeah. Good one.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Okay, not optimal, but fine. Shoot one here, because this area on the other side is completely dark. So let's see. There we go. Though being a space explorer and mapper of exoplanets is quite a relaxing job, there's not much that can distract you, so if you do that for a longer time, I really recommend you do something else, but don't distract yourself too much, because you might crash into the odd black hole or neutron star or whatever. Not that that would be a huge problem, but it definitely is an issue, because you will lose hull integrity, like maybe 1%, sometimes 2%. So it's not a big deal, but if that happens like 20 times in a week, then you ought to return sooner than you wanted to get repairs. Just whatever you do, try and be safe. Don't die a stupid death, because that is frustrating. Just imagine you got like hundreds of millions of exploration data, you're on your way back, and you crash into a planet because you wanted to see something, because you were too cheap to bring a shield generator. All that work will be for naught. So don't do that. Or do, if that's your thing. I mean, no risk, no fun, right? But you got nobody to blame but yourself if it actually happens. Now, what planets are actually worth to map? Like Earth-like worlds, of course, water worlds, and ammonia worlds. High metal content worlds, yeah. Maybe, yeah, if they're not too far, and if you feel like you're in the mood to do that, then go for it. But I mean, yeah, getting very rich, right? So, and if you enter the system just like now, and it says system scan complete, then there's only one object. There's no point in firing up the scanner. Because nothing else is there. And usually you will automatically discover all the suns that are in the system. So there won't be a second, third or fourth sun around, even if you use the D-scanner. Right then. That's basically it. Well, nothing more to say. If you have any questions, well, just go ahead and ask. I try to explain them as good as I can. And I did a lot of exploration way back after the game released. I'm not a backer, but I got the lifetime pass because I love space games and stuff. So I did lots of exploration. I got some old videos on my channel about my visit to Sagittarius A. Neutron stars were just pale, tiny little dots with a huge circle around them where you mustn't enter or you'll be pulled out of Super Cruise. I did that in my ASP Explorer, and that's a very beautiful ship, but to be honest, the Diamondback Explorer in my opinion, at least, is better because it has everything you need. It has a higher jump range. It handles better. It lands on tighter spots if you have to, and it's much cheaper to acquire. What is it like? As I said, with the fit I have, all those modules, it's like 12.5 million. So that's pretty well achievable, even if you're a new player. If you can't afford the Diamondback Explorer, do not settle for anything like a Diamondback Scout or whatever those are called. That's just my opinion, but those ships are pretty useless. I'd rather go with an Adder, a multi-purpose ship, a small one, and earn a couple of million credits with the Adder, just exploring stuff, and then upgrade to the Diamondback Explorer. So there's one more signal I can't focus on. It's not behind the sun. That is kind of annoying. If it's behind the sun, you need to move away from the sun because you cannot analyze it. So this is a little annoying, this part. To find, there it is.
System scan complete.
Right then. That'll be it for now. And that's 30 minutes. That's plenty of jamming. I'm going to listen to some music and continue my way. The next 210 jumps to the lowest point I can reach in this ship below Sagittarius A. So if you liked it, I hope you let me know. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.